Alright guys, sitrep is we are in Hagiri's A5M4. That's the premium 1.3 for Air Arcade for Japan. Map's cursed, but doesn't really matter because it's an aerodome, so the map does not matter. We're climbing at 30 degrees and we're climbing off center. Reason we're climbing at 30 degrees is just to build up as much energy as we can. When you're in an aerodome, what you want to do is be the highest plane on either side really, but especially against your opponents, you want to have an altitude advantage. We're climbing off center so that usually the other team's going to come straight at the cap. They're not going to move. This way, if somebody's coming after us, they're going to have to turn, and so we'll know they're coming after us. That'll help us out. So pros on this plane: really good energy fighter, holds energy really well in a climb. You can see we're staying at 162 miles per hour and that's with nearly a 20-degree climb, like 17-degree climb. With our WEP on anyway. The other really good thing about this is it turns really well. You can actually, it's one of the few monoplanes you can turn against biplanes and kind of hold your own with it. On the downside, reason it climbs so well is because it's lightweight, so it doesn't take hits very well, and you just have two 30 cal guns. So this 112, see how he's turning towards us? If we weren't off center, we wouldn't be as sure about what he's doing. So let's see if we can hang him up here. Definitely turn better than he can. But again, you don't want to get shot a lot. Alright, we should be hung up at this point, stalled out. And a nice easy target for our guns. Aileron rolls will not save you. Alright, F3F's behind us. We have an energy advantage on him. So we'll let him get a little bit closer. And then we should be pretty close to out of energy. So he's going to do his last nose up. And he should be stalled out at this point. Use the flaps to come around a little bit faster. Good fire rate on these guns too. That's a plus. Stalled himself out even more. Sees those flaps come around quicker. And basically do what we want with him at this point. He's coming back up. Just try and stay out of his guns. I do have my flaps on. All we're trying to do is just stall him out, stall him out, stall him out. Oh man, if these guns hit harder, he'd be dead already, but there we go. He's down. All right, let's take a look around at what everybody else is doing. So everybody's down at the ground in a furball. This A36 is going to outgun us 10 times out of 10, but he's a heavier aircraft, so if we can get him to come up for us, we can stall him out as well. Make sure our flaps are raised. We are reloaded on our guns. All set for the next altercation. So TBD coming in. Got to be a little bit careful of. He does have a 50 cal on the front. Let's go ahead and try and get some more altitude. B2C, that looks like probably the guy we just killed is going to come back up after us. I do want him to do that. I want him to stall himself out. Let's go down. Get some shots into him. Couple hits. TBD thinks he can dogfight. Let's see what he can do. Be able to outturn him. So now we're just taking a left-hand turn to stay out of his guns. Just trying to stall him out. He does have a back gunner, which is a problem for us, but if I can get low and try to stay under him. Alright, he's on fire. That's good. Let's see where that B2F ended up. Still coming after us, but he's... yeah, he is. Alright, so let's bring him back up. Better rudder to stay out of the guns. Seems pretty well stalled. We're afraid to hammer on the guns. Alright, raise our flaps, reload our guns. See who's next. Enemy team is taking the cap right now. That happens when our teammates are all too low to the ground. So let's fly back into the cap and reset that. While we're doing that, let's continue to climb a little bit. So we've got a good spot against that TBD there. Almost back in the cap. You can see it on the radar there. Alright, so they're not capturing the zone anymore. If we just stay up here, we can reset that to even. Take a minute, but we can do it. And so, yeah, so basically the cap point on air doms has a floor and a ceiling. So ceiling's usually like, I don't know, 12, 13,000 feet. Floor is usually around 2,000 feet. What happens is when everybody's down low in the furball, they tend to be below the floor of the cap point. So you just have to watch it, and if you see the other team's taking it like we did, just put yourself in the cap and that'll reset it for everybody. Alright, TBD's definitely interested in us. We're going to go off center, make him turn our direction, and then turn back the other way. Got a key 10 here as well that's interested. Because he's here, we're just going to keep on floating ourselves up. Hit the flaps. Should be able to get the key 10 here. Nice and stalled out for us. Thank you, sir. Now the TBD. Alright, so we should be clean. Going to reload the guns, make sure our flaps are raised, which they are. Let's head back towards the guys they've got spawning in and see what they want to do. Looks like that BF2C again. Guy's going to keep trying, damn it. I'd rather not cap. Rather be able to get a few more kills, but in order to do that, maybe we can drag him up into the cap so that he resets it. Alright, he's low on energy. We've got tons. Good, he's down. See what the rest of his buddies want to do. That SB2 is going to be interesting. He has a big energy advantage against us and some pretty good guns, so he could definitely give us a run for our money here. Doesn't seem to care that we're here. Show him why that's not the good idea. Alright, gotta watch the back gunner on him. He's shooting at us right now. Don't want to get too involved in a spiral dive with him because his teammates are down there and ours aren't. So we'll just let him bugger off. Reload our guns. And take a look around. So at this point, I think we just go for a dive. Let's get after this BF2C. Since we didn't have enough people coming up towards us, sometimes you just got to dive in and see if you can catch these guys off guard. You shouldn't be expecting anybody coming up behind them like this. Got plenty of energy, big advantage against both these guys, so let's drag up that SB2 if he's willing to do it. Love it when they use tracers. You know exactly where their shots are going. Pretty easy to avoid. Alright, flip back around. Should be about out of energy at this point. Yep, he's down. F3F coming in. Take a few shots at him. Got him on fire. Now we just got to kind of wait it out. Try not to get shot. Alright, he got that fire out, so we're diving back in. See if we can put out 2 of them. Alright, I consider diving down into the fur ball, but I think instead... Well, I was going to say I hear a plane, but I don't see him. Right over my shoulder. That was dangerous. We can definitely outturn a P-26. Unfortunately, he got some of our control surfaces, so it's going to be a little tougher than normal, but we'll get beside him, so to speak. Inside his turn, generally. Alright, let's make sure he's not setting us up for a buddy of his. Small hits into him. Hear another plane coming in. That's not good for us. So at this point, I think we're in trouble. Let's just go ahead and dive out and head over towards our teammates. Hopefully they can help us out here. I would think I'd outrun the VF2C, but I'm not doing it yet. It's a 3rd fire on that damn F3F. Die already, bro. B2C staying with us, so's the F3F. Alright, nothing we can do at this point other than try to get him in a turn. And way more energy than we did. Oh well, a couple bad choices, but a good run there. Throw some smoke on for them so they can enjoy their kill. And that'll do it. Do me a favor, guys, hit like, subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. It all helps the channel out. Always appreciate it. Let's see how we did. So we ended up with 3rd place on the team. We ended up with 10 kills in the Hagiri's A5M4. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good plane. Climbs well, especially for those air DOMs. Good energy fighter. I would not spend the money on it considering that it's a premium. I think you're better off saving your money for a tier 3 premium, so you can research all the tier 2, 3, and 4 planes a lot faster. But yeah, can be fun. So I think that'll do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. America!
Fuck yeah! To say this fucking day, yeah!
Beautiful.